Recording.
All right, good morning and welcome to the State Bar Board of Trustees meeting. This is our Friday edition. We have a fairly short agenda due to the efficiencies of yesterday. Madam Secretary, can we please take roll?
Barahona.
Present.
Buenaventura, not present. Cisneros.
Here.
Good.
Here.
Grande, oh, 1 second. Let me bring in Trustee Grande.
Present.
Thank you. Huser.
Here.
Soel.
Present.
Shelby, not present. Stallings.
Present.
Stevens. Not present. Tony.
Present.
Trejo.
Present.
You have a quorum, Chair.
Great, thank you. All right, so this is a continuation of yesterday's meeting. There's no new public comment. We're going to move to item 5.1, which was trailed from yesterday. This is the proposed amendments to Rule 2.31 relating to the deadline for submission of the transfer to inactive status form and the effective date of the transfer. This is a return from public comment and a request for adoption, and this item is being presented by Special Counsel Steve Moad. So if we could promote Mr. Moad.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Steve. All right. Are you ready to go on 5.1?
I am, thank you. I did want to point out that there was a drafting error in the comment themes section where it says there are 494 participants responded that they disagreed and 211 agreed if modified. I believe those numbers are the disaggregated number of attorneys who responded to those questions. The total numbers as of 9/13 are in the table above that section, and those are accurate as of that date. And as of the close of public comment, the final numbers are 40%, 579 agree, 37%, 543 disagree, 16%, 225 agree only if modified, and 7%, 104 had no position. I do also want to acknowledge that this change is slightly less significant if the timing of the renewal cycle is changed by the adoption of proposed rule amendments that are currently out for public comment and will come back to the board in November. Nonetheless, given the two justifications about the fees covering a calendar year and the potential for confusion among licensees who transfer to inactive status about CTAP, this is still an important change. So I'm happy to discuss some of the comments if you wish, or if anybody has any questions.
All right, open it up for questions. All right, I don't see any here in the room or on the screen. Maybe if you could address some of the main concerns and then how those I guess how you believe those concerns are ameliorated within the proposed rule.
Great. So some of the comments, a number of the comments of people who disagreed felt like they included statements like attorneys should be free to change their status from active to inactive at any time in the year because health issues, family concerns, et cetera, can occur anytime. And it seems that there was also other comments about wanting to be able to transfer to inactive and get prorated refund of any fees that were paid. Based on those comments, we really believe that a number of the commenters mistakenly thought that the rule change would prohibit somebody from going inactive at any time of the year. And the rule change does not do that. The licensees, just as now, can go inactive at any time of the year. They do not, of course, just as is the case now, get a refund of any active fees paid. It's just that that now we would be moving the deadline from February 1, essentially allowing somebody to practice in January of a year and still pay inactive fees back into December. So it would be December 1st, and then December 31st. December 1st is the deadline for submission, and December 31st is the deadline for the effective date of the transfer. So they can practice the entire year for which they previously paid active fees, and then they would become inactive the beginning of the following calendar year. One of the other concerns was that people felt like that December 31st was fair, but that perhaps putting the submission date of December 1st was too early. And instead of having it requiring somebody to pay active fees if they don't submit by December 1st, that maybe we could charge a late fee instead. That doesn't seem unrealistic or unreasonable to me. The issue, I think, at this point is that if we were to make that sort of a substantive change to the proposal, it would have to go out for public comment again. And because we were trying to implement this year, I don't know that we can accomplish that. So we could certainly, if the board is interested in moving this forward now, we could bring something back to the board after the first of the year to change it for the 2026 cycle if the board's interested.
And I guess there would be nothing prohibiting us from bringing this back next year after we get a data set from these potential implemented changes and then act accordingly based upon whatever we gather. Would that be a safe course of action?
Of course.
Yes, Trustee Sowell.
Steve, can you just remind me of the metrics here? I mean, how many licensees are we sort of talking about annually that may go from active to inactive and then vice versa if you can go from inactive to active during the course of a year?
You can do both those things at any time. I do not have those exact numbers at my fingertips, but the attorney population has held relatively steady with a slight decrease over the last couple of years. But so I would assume it's about the same number of new licensees that pass the bar exam, for example, and become active. A similar number move to inactive over the year, approximately. Somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000, I think.
All right, Trustee Good.
Thank you, Mr. Moad. I thought the presentation was really excellent. Well done. I'm completely supportive of this as is. I think, the key to doing this is implementation of an effective communications strategy to all attorneys, advising them of the December 1st date. In your memo, you outlined that that was clearly a priority for the state bar and that we were going to adequately communicate this change. And so I think given the administrative efficiencies, conservation of resources, given our budgetary issues, I'm completely supportive of this as is and moving forward with it now. So thank you, Mr. Moad.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions or comments, or do I hear a motion from Trustee Good?
Sure, I'll make a motion.
All right, thank you. Is there a second? Oh, I'm sorry, well, let's wait for the resolution. All right, Trustee Good, is your moving of this item consistent with the posted resolution?
Yes.
All right, can I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, second by Trustee Trejo. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Barahona,
Aye.
Buenaventura, not present. Cisneros,
Aye.
Good,
Aye.
Grande,
Aye.
Huser,
Aye.
Shelby not, excuse me. Shelby not present, Stevens,
Aye.
Sewell,
Aye.
Tony,
Aye.
Trejo,
Aye.
Stallings.
Aye.
That is 10 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries.
Great, thank you. Steve, thank you to you and your team for your work on this. Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Okay, that concludes majority of the business that we have to consider. I will move to item 1 and what has kind of been deemed in my notes as 1.2. This is the approval of board committee assignments. So if we could have those assignments put up on the screen. All right, so I just want to highlight a couple of changes. You may notice that the committee assignments went from 7 positions down to 5. I wanted to bring the committee assignments more in alignment with proper governance. So I was able to meet with some, but not all trustees who were affected. And I would also say that when we get our incoming trustees, hopefully from other appointing authorities, to replace trustees who have stepped off, then there may be some future changes. One of the things I'd really tried to do was balance the appointing authority and their appointee to make sure that they have a voice on every single committee. And but I also had to balance out with making sure I didn't have a majority of one committee on a second committee. So there's a little bit of Venn diagramming here, and I really want to thank Aline, Louisa, and Leah for helping walk through this process. So do you have any questions, comments? Trustee Sewell?
I just noted that reason that there's not a vice chair of the audit committee?
That's a great question. That is probably a change that I will make when we redo the committee assignments, when we figure out who we're getting as new trustees. It's because, yes, Mr. Tony.
Please finish I didn't mean to interrupt you. You said it's because.
I was going to make a quip about, Mark wanting consolidated power, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't need the paper to say that.
All right, we're all feisty this morning. This is great. Let's do this.
One request I have is that if there are any items on closed agenda at the committee meetings, they come as closed agenda items to the full board. I think that's very important that if something is important and has a reason and a rationale, Bagley-Keene exemption that allows for closed session in a committee, then if it's important enough to do that, it's important enough for the same item to be closed agenda for the entire Board of Trustees. That is my one request.
Yeah, and that point is well taken and well received, and I think we'll absolutely strive to do that within the context of the rules that we're under. So absolutely receive that. Any other questions or comments? Yes, Trustee Sewell.
We were asked to take a survey, and I'm just wondering how some of the results of some of those survey questions might permeate into not only committee assignments, but also committee schedules.
Yeah, I think we can have a little bit more of a discussion on that, or regarding scheduling at our next bullet point, which is going to be our schedule for next year. I think we could probably bring it up then.
The only thing that came out in this survey related to committees was this question about should they meet at the same time as the board meeting or a different time? And I think, Louisa, you said the responses were split 50-50.
Yes. Some committee members or board members agreed that the schedule, that the committee meetings should be as part of the two-day board meeting, and then some felt like it should be in advance of the two-day board meeting.
So we're going to have a discussion after we handle the committee assignments. We're going to have a discussion really about next year, what it's going to look like. We're not going to be voting on anything today, but we're going to take that input and then have some proposed schedules that are distributed before next meeting. And I would note, in reducing the size of the various committees, it will hopefully make it easier for committees to meet if they have to meet outside of the normal two-day or whatever schedule we come up with. All right, any other questions, concerns, comments? All right, seeing none, if I may have a motion.
I'll make,
Okay. We have a first by Trustee Good, and I'm sorry, Madam Secretary is putting the resolution up. All right. And Trustee Good, that reflects your motion?
correct.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
All right, second by Trustee Stevens. May I have a roll call vote?
Barahona,
Aye.
Buenaventura, not present. Cisneros,
Aye.
Good,
Aye.
Grande,
Aye.
Huser,
Aye.
Shelby, not present. Stevens,
Aye.
Soel,
Aye.
Tony,
Aye.
Trejo,
Aye.
Stallings.
Aye.
That's 10 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries.
All right, in a separate but related note, we will be distributing the liaison assignments. That is not subject to board approval, but I'm definitely going to be in further contact with several trustees about survey responses, and it also really depends upon the skill sets of the incoming trustees. So I wanted to hold off on that until next meeting. So right now, there's no changes. If any changes need to be made, then I'll work with staff to address those. Okay, moving on to our last discussion item. This is just for discussion only, and it relates to the survey that was sent out and the results of that survey regarding the frequency of meetings. We had 10 out of 13 Board of Trustee members respond, and we got tons of great feedback for staff, for the board secretary on ways that we can continue to improve our processes and continue to improve our communications with the trustees. There's a couple of things out of that survey that we wanted to address. The meeting schedule is probably the largest discussion. Most respondents indicated being okay with the status quo schedule. That was 7 out of 10 respondents. 3 of our members expressed an interest in reduced number of meetings. And this is something that I've been in discussion with Leah, with staff. Several of our agendas over the past year have been fairly short, fairly truncated. I think really speaks to the efficiency of this organization. And also, too, that we're, as an organization, I think, on a little bit more stable ground, that we don't have some of the massive issues that we've had to confront in the past. And so in order to have that proper governance and be a wise steward of resources, because it does take an enormous amount of staff time to put these meetings on, and to be mindful of the new resources we've been entrusted with by the legislature, we want to be, we want to take all those and continue to evolve as an organization and as a board to make sure that we exercise proper governance, but also do so in a way that saves those resources. I think the message that I don't want to send if we have any sort of change to our schedule in reducing meetings is that reducing meetings come with reduced oversight. Certainly, we've worked really hard to try and regain the trust of the legislature and our various stakeholders, and we absolutely do not want it to, even for the appearance to be that we're now, kicking back, for lack of a better term, with our feet up on the desk. I think there's going to be a lot of really good oversight, but maybe that oversight comes with fewer meetings, and with fewer meetings, maybe we have a more intense discussion during those meetings. So I want to open it up to the floor for any comments, concerns. If there are any trustees who didn't have a chance to respond to the survey, if you have any new information that you would like us to consider when talking about this, please do so. All right, so looking around the room and on the screen. All right, Trustee Good.
I would just be interested in what the executive director or the general counsel's views might be on this issue.
Want to go with General Counsel first?
Well, I think if it's planned in a matter that can be, there could be efficient meetings, I think that could work. I think that there's some thinking that would need to be done in terms of possible delegations and processes in place that if the meetings are occurring, in less frequently, that if staff needs to sort of carry out some objectives, some assignments, some projects forward, including around rules, then we would need to, I think about some pathways to have delegation or approaches for that.
My observation is we are not spending 2 full days in meetings anymore at all. And so I do think we can have fewer meetings. I've thought about the same number of meetings, but making them 1 day, but that doesn't work really because it's a very long day, I think, if we do that. So I have been talking to Brandon and Jose for some time about my feeling that we could go down to fewer meetings, and then they will be, I think, full meetings, and that would be appropriate. I know there was some comment in the survey responses about trying to bring meetings back to San Francisco. I believe it's on my to-do list that we may be able to do that in one of our conference rooms on our snazzy first floor there. So that's something we could consider, reduce number of meetings and actually splitting the meeting location throughout the year.
Trustee Tony.
Yeah, I'd like to share my thoughts, which is that I think there's an advantage to quarterly meetings because many of the financial reports are done quarterly. Many of the dashboards that we get reports are done quarterly, and there's a reason that you do things quarterly. There's a rhythm to it. And if we considered meeting the last Thursday and Friday, the month after the end of the quarter, so January, April, July, October, I think that would, we'd have to, check with staff, that could at least, and if not, then you want to move it to the first of, the next month if they need an extra week. That should be negotiated and make sure that everyone who does quarterly reports has enough time to not only complete their quarterly reports, but to be able to post them 10 days ahead of time. So, that may be negotiated, but I do like the idea. I am one of the people that believes that there's an advantage to committee meetings being held prior to board meetings, not the same day. I think that if we go down to quarterly, there would be advantages to that. And partly because there may be action that's taken at the committee meetings that need board approval. And I just think it's a better process than voting the same day on something that the committee has on their calendar and hoping they're not going to make too many changes so that the board can't vote because it got, changed. You have it, 2 weeks ahead of time, and then if there are changes, but then also the board members who are not members of the committee, because we're going to have less people on committees, will have a chance to see it, think about it, and see what they ask questions. Some of us like to ask questions ahead of the meetings and talk to staff so that we can understand things better. That makes meetings go more efficient. So that's, and I also would like consideration of, if we go to 4 meetings a year, they can all be in person. And I do think it's worth alternating San Francisco and LA. And just for a number of reasons, I think it at least ought to be considered. So those are, I mean, I put this in my survey, so this shouldn't be news to anybody. But I did want to share at least my rationale for it in terms of, I think it's, and it, governance improvement is possible through this.
All right, great thoughts. Anybody else? Yes, Trustee Barahona.
Yeah, it does also seem that there are some recurring board actions that are taken. So if we reverse engineer this and look at what are the key board actions that must be taken, because they're time bound, or they have some specific dates, and they may align perfectly with the sort of quarterly schedule that Trustee Tony was mentioning. So I think that if we look at that and look at the last maybe year or so of board action and figure out, okay, because there's some things that just also pop up that are new, that are not, so I would just say that. And then one thing I would just say that, it would be really wonderful, at least one time a year, at one of these meetings to hear about the direct impact of the work that the State Bar does. And I'm curious if there's an opportunity to highlight or spotlight the impact. And I think staff might have better insight there and thoughts, but that would be really interesting, because I think it's an opportunity both for us to hear the direct impact of the work that we do, but also for the public to hear it too.
Yep, I think that's great. I've been in discussions with executive staff about having what we've termed Discipline Day, where we have essentially every aspect of the discipline process an employee come and present to us on what their work actually constitutes and walk us through the various processes. So I've done this in the past a couple of times. It's been really helpful for me from a governance standpoint to understand all the work that goes into the metrics and all the data that we collect. And with every data point that we collect, that means that there's more corresponding staff time that's spent on that. So it kind of helps to understand, I think, how we can exercise proper governance without being, too in the weeds on something. So absolutely, I think that's a great idea. We're, I think, going to hopefully shoot for January.
January is our planning session. I was going to send you a link to our annual report where we've started to do this. Is for the annual report, we do have teams go out and we interview clients, people that have benefited from our work, either directly from the work of George's office and also indirectly from our grant-making to legal services organizations. But we have not done or even attempted to have those voices brought directly to the board. So I think that's a really interesting idea, and certainly we can take that to heart. And with respect to your previous comments, we do have a calendar like that, so I think it would be fairly easy for us to identify when the meeting should be, the right inflection points, based on some of the issues Trustee Tony raised as well.
All right, Trustee Tony.
The one thing I forgot to say, I wanted to address the point brought up by Aileen. And I think the way to do it is to consider having the executive committee meet 4 times a year, but pretty close to in between the meetings, the board meetings. What that does is it gives the executive committee an opportunity to address issues that come up in between board meetings. And anyway, I think there could be some advantages to that. And also, I think it'll give the executive committee a little bit more authority to do. Sometimes, because I have in the past been on the executive committee. I'm happy not to be on it this next go-around. But I've sometimes wondered whether the things on the executive committee really needed to be on the executive committee agenda. So it is another consideration.
Definitely, and I think having those reduced numbers for committee members will help us be more agile and respond when stuff comes up. Yes, Trustee Sewell.
I too am a proponent of us reducing the number of meetings that we have every year. I did want to make sure that there's nothing in statute that requires us to have a certain number of meetings a year. I know that there's some boards and commissions that are required to have meetings, every month, 6 times a year, those sorts of things like that. I just wanted to make sure that there's nothing that requires us to have more meetings.
Not in the statute, but in our board policy, which the board could amend at the time that you're considering an action to reduce the meeting.
Right, okay. Yeah. It does feel different now in terms of just everything that's coming at us. As I think many of us remember, we were having special board meetings, lots of times a year, and on top of our regularly scheduled board meetings. So it does feel like we're in a different space now. I'm also similar to Trustee Tony, would like to see if we could also move to having committee meetings not on the same day as the board meeting.
All right, any other questions, comments, opinions? I think this is some really good feedback, and Jose and I will work with staff to get some proposals out there, maybe give you a menu of options, and look at the things that we absolutely have to do as required by statute. And one of the things I'm thinking of is, and I'm blanking on the exact meeting, but our RAD, or where we take input from the public on discipline and admissions issues. I know those are 2 things that we are statutorily required to do every year. And I think we can incorporate some of those meetings into either our quarterly meetings if we go that direction, in between the quarters. So I think there's a lot of good ideas and good flexibility that we can build into this. All right. Does staff need any other direction, insight into that, and into this area in order to get a proposal out?
No, I think we can work with you to develop something.
All right, perfect. And then kind of a subpart of this discussion is I do plan on formally agendizing in November a broader discussion on the planning session and how we can incorporate board member ideas for topics and have kind of a standardized way of getting those on board agendas. So we make sure that we're responsive to members' opinions and to things that are important to each individual, and an orderly way in which we can make that happen. So we'll have a further discussion in November about that. Okay. Any parting comments, last words? Yes, Trustee Stevens.
I had a thought about the access to justice contributions that are now voluntary, and there was one other category that I'm blanking on. But what I thought about that is maybe what we can do is offer MCLE credit in exchange for the donation. So if they make let's say a $10 donation, they get access to an MCLE on implicit bias, substance abuse, something of that. and it would be free. So you give us $10 on this side, and we'll give you free access, and that costs us nothing, because those MCLEs are already populated and available, and so it's just an idea I wanted to share.
All right. All right, we'll put that on an upcoming agenda. Okay, looking around the room. I will say that if there is a reduction in meetings, I hope that it's not to the detriment of the relationships that we have on this board. I think meeting every 2 months is a really good way for us to touch base with each other and to just maintain those relationships. I think the stronger we are as a whole really ultimately benefits the organization and the public's confidence in us. So I think there's some things that we would have to look at to, that we could do if we go to this quarterly system to make sure that we don't lose that interconnectedness. I personally love in-person meetings. I love it when people are able to be here in person. We get to break bread, and we get to catch up on, all the things going on in our personal lives and understand where trustees are at, their individual experiences. And I think it ultimately benefits our discussions that we have around this table. Yes, Trustee Tony.
I really appreciate your willingness to be flexible, consider, other ways of, scheduling our meetings. I would like to acknowledge that if we went to quarterly meetings in person, we would have the same number of in-person meetings as we have now.
True. All right, any other closing thoughts? All right. It's been a fantastic meeting. Hopefully give you guys a couple hours in your Friday to, I'm sure, get some work done or relax. So thank you so much. We will see you all in some way in November. So stay safe and be chill.
Bye.
Bye.